Welcome to a video from thedigitallife.com. In this video we're going to have a look at this Acer Revo PC. This is the Revo RL85 model, and as you can see it's a PC but in this nice little compact form factor, suitable for a desk or tucked away behind a TV or something, and it would make quite a nice media center machine and maybe a workhorse machine and maybe a little gaming as well. So what we're going to do in this video is have a look at the specs, and we'll try a couple of things out, maybe try some HD video, maybe Minecraft, a couple of things like that to see how it plays. So before we look at the actual specs, let's have a look at the physical design then. So this is the whole unit. Across at the top here we've got some LED indicating network activity, hard disk activity and power, and we've got a full-size SD card slot there. Around the back we've got power button with the power there, Kensington lock, we've got headphone output, display port, HDMI, two USB 3 ports, network, and two USB 2 ports, and I've got a keyboard plugged into this. Now, it comes with this really natty little remote control keyboard. Unfortunately this demo module, the keyboard's not working, so I can't really test that, but I can show you what it looks like. It's got a full QWERTY keyboard there, and you hold it like that, and it's not brilliant, and then you couldn't write an essay on there, but it's good enough for using maybe with the browser, for sat back on the couch entering some URLs or searching for a video on Netflix. And you can use it as a mouse as well, and you've got transport controls on there, the Windows key, some shortcut keys like Internet Explorer, search, and volume controls. So and there's voice as well, so you can use voice input on it as well. So actually the keyboard would be nice. It's a real shame that this one isn't working, but I can imagine using this for keen in using it in password on Netflix or something like that, or Plex, or searching for a video on MB or Kodi or something like that, or just using internet, browsing the internet and using URLs with it. So it's good for that. I guess it would take some getting used to. You certainly wouldn't want to do a lot of writing with it, but it's great that it gets included. It's just a shame this review one isn't working, and yes, I have tried changing the batteries. So the physical dimensions of it are very nice. It's a very compact little device. It shows you some power indicator on there, and that's it really. If I can give you an idea, size comparison, let's say here is an 8-inch Windows tablet. So you can see it is actually smaller than that. So nice little compact device. Right, this unit I'm testing here, because of Windows 8.1, which is upgradable to Windows 10. In fact, during the setup it prompted me to do that, but as it's only a review unit I couldn't do that. But if it was mine I would get it straight onto Windows 10. It's got a Core i5 processor, an Intel Core i5, 8 gig of DDR3 memory, 2 terabyte hard drives, which is pretty impressive, but the way that they seem to be mirrored as well. So in Windows it's just showing up 2 terabytes rather than the 2 separate terabytes, and there's a 60 gig SSD drive on there as well, which Windows is installed on, which I think is a great idea. It really makes Windows nice and fast and responsive when you're using it on a high-speed drive like that. It's got built-in network, it's got wireless, and it's got Bluetooth, and it's all the remote control as well. So a nice compact unit, decent spec for it to be used as a media center type machine. So I've got it connected up now to my monitor on my desk, and as you can see it's running Windows 8.1. I said I would update this to Windows 10. You can see there the drives. We've got 27 gig free on the system drive, and then we've got the 2 terabyte of storage on there. So you can put plenty of stuff on there, or your video collection, your music collection, whatever you want. The i5 processor is going to give you plenty of power as well. So I'm actually running a demo of Minecraft on here, and Minecraft's not particularly taxing, but I know a lot of people like to run it Minecraft, and it runs Minecraft perfectly fine. It's very smooth and very fast, and I run it in 720p because of the monitor that I'm on there, but this as a Nate will run 1080p no problem at all. So you can see for gaming it should be pretty good. It's got the integrated HD Intel card, so maybe real hardcore gaming not so good, but for casual games like this perfectly fine. So what about running some HD video. Let's try something like that. So there's a 1080p video playing now, and playing perfectly fine, no glitches, nothing at all. And if we go back to have a look at the CPU usage, and it really didn't have any impact, played no problem at all. We'll try playing one with Windows Media Player just to check that, and that's playing fine as well. So the really, as far as playing video back, it's absolutely perfect for that. And in that respect, it'll make a good media center system. Of course, it runs Windows 8.1, and I don't think Windows Media Center. Let's just check which version of Windows on it is running Windows 8.1. So not the professional version. So Windows Media Center isn't included. You could, if you've got an upgrade key, include it. But going forward, Windows 10 you're not going to do, so you're going to be using stuff like MB, so or Plex, something like that. Let's have a look. Let's give Plex a try. So here's Plex, the web version of Plex, playing a 1080p movie stream from my Plex server, and again, no problem at all that. So as a media player, it's fantastic. You can imagine this hooked up to your TV, full screen, really good. It comes with quite a few Acer applications. Some Windows Store ones are easy to get rid of, like these Acer Store ones, or Netflix or whatever. Some quite useful now. I use Netflix, so that's no problem. The others, yes, less useful, like McAfee. I would install that and just use the Windows Defender. Some like Evernote Touch, quite useful. So that's quite good. So not too much crapware on it. You do get a lot of these AB apps. These are Acer's build your own cloud solution. So you've got photos and file sharing, which is designed to have your own sort of virtual cloud of media and documents that you can share between all your applications. Personally, I wouldn't really use those. I use OneDrive, but they're there if you need them. You've got some Acer recovery tools, and like so you can manage the dual hard drives and things like that. And there's some other bits, some games installed. Again, you could just get rid of all those. I don't think you'd necessarily want those. The 8GB of RAM and the Core i5 processor really give it plenty of power. It'd be good for video editing, audio editing, photo editing. You could run VMs on there. I think the i5 processor will support that fine. And you've got 8GB of memory if you want to do that. So as a media system, it would be really powerful. You could put SD cards in there. There's no Blu-ray drive, but there's nothing to stop you connecting a USB one up if you really wanted to. It will certainly have the performance, no problem with the performance on that. So it really is a very powerful device. So I'll give you some other specs. It's got it supports Dolby 7.1 surround sound through the HDMI port, and will drive 2 4K monitors as well. So really, this is going to make an excellent media server, home media center system. You connect it up to your TV. So it really is a really nice home entertainment PC. You can it runs Windows 8.1 or Windows 10, so you could use Kodi on there, you could use Plex on there, you can use MB on there, anything you want really, the standard Windows apps. And it's got that dual drive system, so you've got the SSD for the fast drive access for Windows, and two 2TB hard disks that seem to be mirrored, which gives you that reliability as well. You've got USB 3, you can drive 2 4K monitors, I believe, from the HDMI port, and it has audio for 7.1 surround sound built into the HDMI output. So really a nice little thing. The only thing I'm not so keen perhaps on is this remote. I mean, for starters, it doesn't work on this review unit, but I won't really hold that against it. It's just not brilliant. I prefer to use it with a keyboard, and I've got a USB keyboard plugged into it, so for that. But you've got SD card slots, and you've really got everything you need to use it as a home entertainment system. Now, something else you have got is the Acer Revo suite, which you can get for iOS or Android. No Windows 10 or Windows Phone version of that yet, but you can use this as a mouse. So I'm controlling the mouse with this, the trackpad, and you've also got the keyboard on there. So despite the remote control not working, I can still use this as a full remote control. So that's quite a nice option. You've got all the remote control options. You can left and right click with it, and it works as you would expect. You can also stream from the AB apps, which I mentioned earlier on, so the video and the photos and the music app, so you can stream from the device to this, but I think you probably just mainly use this as a nice easy remote control. There's the AV player, but a nice remote control to control this, and it works pretty well actually. So that's a nice little function. So having said all that, so it's a nice little unit. Around this model with the i5 processor, the dual terabyte hard drives, and the 8GB of RAM is around 479 quid. So it's not a cheap system, but as a very powerful home entertainment system and very compact design, it's pretty good. There are cheaper ones available. The i3 one's 319 quid currently, and you can go right down to a Celeron for 248 quid. In fact, I'm just looking on Amazon, and there's one for 205 quid for a Celeron with 2GB of RAM. So there's plenty of different options here, but I really like this compact design. You've got the remote control, you've got the app as well, and plenty of connectivity options, so it makes a good entertainment system. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll include a link to the spec pages and things like that on our video on thedigital lifestyle.com.